Welcome, namaskar. So glad to continue our journey on taming the inner elephant. As we go in today's course, I am introducing the option to stack some of the different techniques that we've done and to utilize that as a way to enhance your practice. This breath technique, although I'm only teaching it on one day of this course, when I started my meditation journey, this was a truly game changing approach because I found myself really able to drop into meditation. I would do this first thing in the morning for several weeks and it built that skill. So just know that although we are moving from day to day to day with techniques, that some of these I hope that you'll incorporate on a more repetitive basis. And as we're getting started, go ahead and start moving through the sa, ta, nama fingertips, really feeling the sensation of each finger pad as you move. Maybe you start to just slow down and do a full breath cycle in and a breath cycle out. And we're going to use our hands to help us keep count. We're going to go through 4 different techniques. I'll describe them just in a moment, but we're going to do them twice. So it'll be one full loop on one hand, it'll transfer to the other, and then we'll repeat that again. And the way that we'll go through the breath work, it will be an easy inhale and exhale for the first style. Then we'll come back to that beast breath, that beautiful hum where you take the tongue to the roof of the mouth or even towards that back soft place of the palate behind the mouth. And you allow that hum to rise from the core and the depth, and it starts to move upward and it starts to come out of that eyebrow center space, just feeling that vibration. Then we'll incorporate a kumbhaka retention or a breath hold at the top of the breath. So when we pause at the top of the breath, we really allow ourselves to take control over that cycle of where we are in the present moment. And you can really just float and enjoy and no need to rush the breath. And then finally, we will incorporate a little mantra. So using your inside voice, as you inhale, you'll say the word sat, and as you exhale, nam, sat, nam. It stands for I am that. And if Sanskrit is not your thing, you can also just say to yourself as you inhale, I am, and as you exhale, love, I am love. We'll finish with a little visualization, so just allow yourself to find a comfortable seated shape. It may include sitting on a block or a bolster so that the hips are elevated, and just check that you can relax the feet and the legs all the way down to the toes without any constriction. Allow the shoulders to melt away from the ears as you sit up a little taller in the crown of the head. And perhaps the tongue comes to the roof of the mouth, or you go ahead and start to bring the thumb to the index finger and allow yourself to close your eyes if you like, or bring them to a soft cascade. We'll take 2 full cleansing breaths just to calibrate into the present moment before we drop in. So if you'd like to join me, take a big inhale through the nose, and then a nice open mouth exhale. Squeezing out all that old air at the bottom of the breath. Let's do that again. Big inhale, fill up. Really feel the ribs expand, even the top of the throat, the chest, everything gets a little bit lighter. You can pause here. And then a full audible exhale. Let something go. Whenever you're ready to drop in, bringing the thumb to the index finger and starting to inhale through the nose exclusively. And exhale fully and completely. Then the thumb connects with the middle finger. We'll just start to feel the breath, observing the quality of the inhale and the exhale. Moving from finger pad to finger pad, just allowing your awareness to shift towards those delicate spaces, starting to connect the physical, the seen with the energetic and the unseen. then we'll transition to the other hand, just moving through a couple cycles of breath all on your own. Taking your time, no need to rush. Once you finish that full loop, coming back, one more, nice and slow. Big breath in, feel that lightness, the buoyancy of that prana inhale, and as you exhale, feel the density, the weightiness, that current of upon a release. Maybe you observe the sit bones and you feel the heart space expand as you breathe in deeper and deeper. And you feel the core squeezing out all that old air as you make room for that fresh breath. Each breath different from the one before. Connecting with the sensation in the fingers. As the mind wanders, you can always just come back to where you feel sensation. Maybe it's the sit bones, maybe it's the fingertips. As we finish that second loop, start to introduce the next round breath. So whenever you're ready, start to go to that bee's breath. So bring in the tongue to the roof of the mouth, maybe bringing it back towards that palate and just visualizing that hum starting at the core, rising past the heart, feeling that vibration, that tickle in the nose. completing our first loop, we'll come back, thumb, index finger, and just really allow yourself just to observe that beautiful hum, all that vibration. Maybe you even imagine making the sound of Om, and at the top of the breath it just dissipates as your eyes are closed and your concentration is towards that eyebrow center. Notice how you can take longer, deeper breaths, better quality. Moving from fingertip to fingertip, just staying present. Feeling that softness, that calming, and also energetic sensation, stimulating the nervous system, the vagus nerve. A couple more times, taking each breath nice and slow. Feeling all the feels. One more full and complete inhale. The bottom of the exhale, just linger there as we start to bring the thumb back to the index finger. We'll drop into that Kumbhaka retention now. So as you take a deep breath in, really fill up. And then hold the breath at the top. We'll float here. Just pausing, feeling that lightness, already feeling that shift, that buoyancy, that feeling, the upward moving prana current. And then slowly, as you exhale, allowing the torso, the core, everything to lower. You squeeze out all that old air. The thumb now moves to the middle finger. Big breath in. Retain at the top of the breath, observing if you can hold the breath for 10, 15, however long your breath capacity will allow, and just observe what comes up for you. Moving through fingertip to fingertip on your own. To adjust the amount of carbon dioxide we have in the cells, starting to slow things down. just feel that letting go sensation as you exhale. Move to the other hand now. Feeling finger pads, feeling each breath. Letting the ribs expand, the space between the ribs. How even the body starts to adjust. Just to create that space within as we float on the top of the breath. And as we do, we pause the karmic cycle, we stay present, owning that moment. Just taking your time. Trying to finish our first loop. The thumb comes to the pinky. Floating here. And as we complete our second loop and start to transition, knowing that you can add a retention at the bottom of the breath. Maybe observe what that's like. Observing how the mind starts to speak a little louder, how it wants that fresh inhale. Or maybe if you like, you take a full deep inhale breath in. Feel everything rise, the heart, the chest, the shoulders move away from the ears, and pause here. And now take in a couple more sips of air. Sip, sip. Feel the chest go a little bit higher. So you can take in 3 more sips. And you feel that sound in the throat space. Just pause there. If you have the ability to take in 2 more sips, and now just float. Feel the ribs coming inward at Uddiyana Bandha. Feel the sensation in the sit bones, the heart lifting, and then slowly allow the body just to come back down. Maybe you can feel the shoulders getting soft, how the head has a slight curvature coming in. Getting rid of all that old air, that which no longer serves you. Moving slower and slower, big breath in. Top of the breath, take a couple more sips. A couple more. And at this time, imagine yourself with a nice bird chest. Or imagine what it would be like to just puff the proudness of that chest out a couple times. Really feeling the top of the ribs flex and move, and then slowly allow a 2-second exhale. Maybe do that again. Just playing with the breath space. Before you fully and completely release that exhale, allow yourself to go through the next 6 breaths on whatever style or treatment modality is right for you. meditation, feeling the spaciousness, increased capacity of the breath, the ribs, everything's starting to expand, and as you exhale, you feel yourself squeezing out all that old air, using the breath to calm the fluctuations of the mind. Two more. Staying present. Float on the breath, just knowing if there's any sound or distractions, this only increases your opportunity to focus, your concentration. Keep your practice in the current present moment. And we'll slowly exhale. We'll start to come to our final breathing technique of just a nice even inhale, exhale. Don't have to add a hold or retention, but just on the inhale, on the in-breath, you say to yourself, Sat. And as you exhale, Nam. Sat Nam. Or I am love. Finger, really feeling that sensitivity, maybe feeling that increased hydration and softness in the finger pads. Sat Nam. I am that. Towards that eyebrow center, maybe you're starting to see shifts in pixels or that mandala effect, as you just focus your concentration towards that eyebrow space, staring into the Chitakasha, that thin veil between imagination and our reality. Sat Nam. I am love. And as you finish this loop, allow ourselves to take our time, and then we're fully going to bring our awareness into our thumb and our index finger. So squeeze with all of your intention, really put all of your concentration, feeling pinchers, sensation, and between the thumbs and the eyebrow center. Now imagine a triangle of golden and white light. Imagine the geometry, imagine that glow and that warmth of the light starting to increase and to shine upon you, and imagine that light starts to radiate and grow bigger, and even the triangle now starts to expand now from the shoulders towards the eyebrow center, the sit bones. Just start to imagine yourself surrounded by a giant star pattern or pyramid, a 3D shape, just golden and white light. Feel the light illuminating, shining, removing some of that shadow. Feel the warmth of the glow cascading all around you. yourself and just pausing here, just knowing that in this moment, you are the healer, you are able to transmit that higher frequency of growth and the ideal version of yourself. Just staying here, feeling, squeezing the fingers even more, just imagine yourself more surrounded by that sacred geometry. And together we'll all take a big breath in. And then as we exhale, we'll open the hands and feel what it's like just to let go. Feel that softness. Just linger here. Dropping into a little meditation, a little state of that shamatha. Just staying fully present. No need to control the breath. But just feel that balanced inhale and exhale. Wherever you feel sensation, just allow yourself just to observe without judgment, just to feel. Staying here 30 more seconds. We feel that harmony between the inhale and the exhale, that calmness of mind that you've created with your breath and your intention. Maybe you feel that lightness, maybe like yourself, feeling like a cloud on the inside. Let's take a moment, allow yourself, if you like, to open your eyes slowly. We'll start to ground back into the present moment. So you can sit up tall on the crown of the head, allow the palms to come down towards the inner thighs, facing inward. And then slowly in your next inhale, allow yourself to lift the hands, starting to make a nice half circle as you take a big breath in. And at the top of the breath, find the arms coming near the ears, and then slowly allow the hands just to pull down all that good energy that you've created right back across the torso, pressing down lower into the hip space. Maybe even feel that density coming down. Do that a couple more times, flipping the palms, big breath in. Maybe this time the gaze follows the hands, and introduce a little baby back bend as the drishti is now towards the sky. Imagine yourself pulling down the clouds, pulling down the heavens as your hands move through each of your energy centers, cleansing, healing. Maybe you even feel those spaces as you move. A couple more times, big breath in, and slowly pulling it all down, feeling that grounding sensation in the body, in the lower body. One more time. When you're there, allow yourself just to shake out all the wiggles. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste.